Hello folks, Anime Brian returning to my Let's Play of Corpse Party Book of Shadows. Welcome to Part 8. Last I left off, I'm in the middle of chapter, I believe it's 5? Yeah, chapter 5, Shangri-La. Let's see, so Morishige kind of hooked up with the students from Byakugan or whatever high, Byakudan, the same one Kizami's from, and now we're basically gonna go look around. Okay, so it looks like my next destination is the girls' bathroom. I guess that means I need to go upstairs. So yeah, we'll examine this. There's something under her body. I got it. It looks to be a class logbook. Wow, Morishige, I'm kind of impressed. I didn't think I could bring myself to touch a dead body like that. He's trying to find his friend, so I doubt he'd let something as simple as that stand in his way. Having been lodged under a decaying corpse, the logbook had seen better days. Its pages are warped and stained with blood and other fluids. The class designation 3A is still faintly visible on the cover. However, there are sections that seem to have escaped the leaking intact. Which section should we read? That is a good question. Yeah, I'm going to read all of them. Start with the pool opening. July 1st. Pool opening. The pool was finally open today. Everybody put on their bathing suits and went for a swim, some after stretches and such. The water was really cold and everybody was really having a great time together. Until somebody slipped and fell and hurt himself really badly anyway. Cracked his skull and suffered brain damage. Damn. Seems he can't talk like he could before and can't even feed himself anymore. Which section should we read? Disaster drills. There are missing letters and numbers all over this page. Many of them seem to have been intentionally erased. August 2nd. It's summer vacation, but I still have school today. At least 4 students got their disaster hoods. The teachers got really mad at them. After an anonymous something, we had to go under our after an announcement, we had to go under our desks. And we had to move around something wearing our disaster hoods, I guess, to see how they feel. It's so hot though. Did the principal really have to make such a long speech? 3 minutes. Some people even fainted. Then we heard the 2 announcement and went back to class, and we ate our emergency rations. There were 2 students unaccounted for, so we split up and searched for them. Memorial service. Today was the memorial service for the 3 children who were murdered. We all sang for Akano, Yoshizawa, and Tsuji. There were lots of mean comments from parents while the principal was speaking. They told him to go to hell and take responsibility and stuff like that. But if we told our principal to go to hell, our parents would scold us. Hypocrites. And that's it. It may be best to take this logbook with me, or with us. Time to go to 3A. Who was it that took my class logbook from the reference room? I won't get mad, so just give it back now. As you approach the teacher's podium, strange lettering becomes visible on its surface, almost as if it were embossed into it. Bring back the class logbook you took from the reference room right this instant. There's no telling what's going to happen next. You understand that, don't you? Let's see. Time to go to the reference room. Whoops. Did I go the right way? No, I need to go to the west. Wrong direction. Here we go. I keep forgetting my east and west for some reason. I have a lousy sense of direction. The reference room door is locked. It's locked, and not with a key this time. It seems to be some sort of combination lock, 6 digits, by all appearances. Let's see if we can figure this out. Eight, 2, 4, 3, 2, 2. That doesn't seem to be the right combination. I'll bet the answer lies in that logbook we found. I mean, the students who took it seemed really adamant about keeping it with them, you know? Well, once we're done with it, we can always give it back. Quite a noble statement, considering it comes from a school that no longer exists. Once we get this door open, sure. Then let's hope someone was kind enough to leave a note in there with the combination. Alright, let's have another look at this class logbook. What section should we read? That should have worked. There's a date, 7/1. 8-2. I mean, hell, the walkthrough even tells me with combinations. I don't know how I got it wrong. And the first three numbers is 8-2-4. And I'm seeing an 8-2 and a 4 right now. Yeah, and then there's the 3. Then there's the 2. And then there's another 2. None. I got the combination right. You guys sucked. Make it sound as if I got it wrong. 8, 2, 4, 3, 2, 2. That's what I put in before. Fuck you. Bingo, the lock is now disengaged. Bastard child. This shelf is full of science books for young children, illustrated encyclopedias, biographies of important people, and other educational materials. Book ending one particular gap on the shelf is a ceramic ornament depicting some kind of demon eating the left arm of a naked, headless figure. What a frightening image. It is. It's genuinely disturbing, but well made, I admit. Francisco de Goya. Saturno Devorado Su Hijo, I believe it's called. Saturn devouring his son. Though the original was a painting, not a sculpture. You're quite well versed in art history, it seems. Are you in your school's art club or something, Morishige? No, I'm in the drama club. Wow, impressive. How is that impressive? I'll bet he'd have to respond. He would have responded the same way if I said I were in the basketball club or a woodwind band, too. The room fell into an awkward silence after that. I became acutely aware of my own poor disposition. Though I suppose I've never been very good at social interaction in the first place. I don't believe in wasting smiles on trivial things, and I've never quite learned how to lie, even to save face or keep from hurting someone's feelings. So I've heard practice can get really pretty rough in drama club. Is that true? I'm sure there are a lot of variables to consider. Setting the stage, costuming, scripting. Mayu's in charge of all that. I'm just the lead actor. Oh, nice. Being as tall and handsome as you are, I'm sure you must be a big hit. No, not especially. It's not the outward appearance that matters after all, but the acting. So you are planning to try for an acting school in the future, then? If possible, I'd like to study abroad and apprentice with real actors. I've been saving money and focusing on language studies to that end for some time. Whoa, very nice. It's amazing that you put so much thought into your future plans at this young age. I'm grateful for the platitudes, but that is all they are now. These two can't possibly have any legitimate interest in a word I'm saying. I can't even conceive of being this captivated by the life details of a person I've only just met. But then maybe I'm just being overly pragmatic. Shouldn't we be going? Aside from that sculpture, there really doesn't seem to be anything else of note in here. Wait, we should return the logbook while we're here. True, we really didn't need the logbook anymore. The Goya sculpture, on the other hand, was particularly calling my name. I reached for it, picked it up, and handed it to Mitsuki, since she had the biggest bag out of any of us. She looked puzzled, but took it anyway. Okay, so we're going to the locker room. There's a large hole in the floor here. It definitely couldn't be crossed safely. Well, son of a bitch. It's a largely decomposed corpse. Based on body mass, this actually looks like it may have been an adult male. Probably a phys ed teacher, as he seemed to be wearing a jersey and there's a whistle hanging limply around his neck. Looking closely, there appeared to be lacerations across his entire body, with a particular concentration around his back, along his back. There's no way these could have all been made by a single assailant. Most likely, he was flogged to death by multiple aggressors all at once. There's a custom name tag sewn into his jersey. Seisho Junior High School, Itsuya Goto. Sounds familiar. Beware the children. You can't reason with them. Don't let your guard down. And with that, I am on the wrong side of the wing, so go this way. It's awfully dark down this way. And it's really cold, too. It feels like there's cold water wrapped around my entire body. Continuing down this hall may be dangerous. Both faces were staring directly at me, as if I'd somehow been designated the de facto leader. So after a moment's thought, I suggest we turn back. I didn't much care either way, but they obviously did, so it seemed the best course of action at the time. Whew. Thank God. Crap, I dropped it. Oh, and part of it broke off. That's not good, is it? No, it is most absurdly not. Assuredly not. Abandoned school building or no, it's something that doesn't belong to you. Huh. You really are a stickler for the rules no matter where you are, huh? May I see that for a moment, please? Sure, but why? I think I see something inside it from where it broke off. Oh, hey, you're right. What is that? Isn't it just a wireframe the sculptor used to hold the object's shape? I don't think so. That's not all that's in there anyway. I know one way to find out. As I say, sometimes the simplest solution really is the best. And if we wanted to see what was inside this thing, there was one surefire method. The Goya sculpture hit the ground with all the force I could muster and shattered into countless pieces. And there among the wreckage was a keymae of copper. It looked old, but since it had been sealed away from the elements all this time, there wasn't a single trace of rust or corrosion on it. Look, there's a label. Heavenly Host Elementary. So I guess that means it does indeed belong to the school building. Clearly this was an important item to have found. Now aware that Mitsuki's bag was not the safest place to store things, however, I pocketed it myself. It's like we're heading to 4A now. The classroom door is locked. Not for long. How's my darkening meter? Huh, only 2%. Got nothing to worry about. It's locked up tight. Maybe the copper key can open this door. With a click, the door unlocked. It's an alcohol lamp. Looks like it's still got a decent wick and plenty of methanol in it, too. Aren't these handprints on it, though? In blood? I hadn't noticed them at first, but Mitsuki was correct. There were small bloody handprints on the alcohol lamp. Small enough that they most likely were made by a child. Or children. I don't know about you guys, but this lamp gives me the creeps. Still, the more light sources available to us in here, the better. This wasn't something we could leave behind. It was a real stroke of luck that we stumbled upon something so inherently useful. Alright, head back to the locker room. It's so dark here. We should try taking a light with us, don't you think? Shall I try lighting the alcohol lamp then? That would certainly be a lot brighter than a candle, and should burn longer as well. Here, I've got matches. We found them in the music room earlier. As the wick flared up, the whole hallway was bathed in a warm blue glow, and somehow the darkness just seemed to shrink away from it, powerless against this unexpectedly capable opponent. Pool time! Emmy! Urabe. Hey, Urabe. Stay with us. Now. Collapsed on the ground with someone both of my companions clearly knew. She wore the same uniform as Yamamoto. Both Fukuroi and Yamamoto immediately ran to her side and began attempting to rouse and console her. Thank God you're alive. Are you okay, Urabe? Are you injured at all? And what about the others? Toko and Kazami. Do you know if they're all right? No! Frightened out of her mind, the now conscious schoolgirl slapped away Yamamoto's outstretched hand and shot to her feet. Mitsuki, what's wrong? Urabe? Get a hold of yourself, Emmy. It's me, Mitsuki. And Fukuroi's here too. No. Get your hands off me. I have to run. If I don't, he'll catch me. She darted her head around wildly, surveying her surroundings quickly and frantically like a wide-eyed fawn who had sensed a predator closing in. What on earth could happen to her? It was as if her own paranoia had completely drowned out the sounds of her friends and classmates to such an extent that she didn't even notice them. She was also perceptibly shaking, a lot more than she would from the cold rain alone, and her teeth were chattering. Something had truly spooked her. Emmy? We're all going to die. He's going to kill us. Ah! Emmy, wait. It's not safe to be alone in here. We've got to go after her. What did she see, I wonder? She must have come in contact with death itself to react so strongly. Perhaps a murderer on the loose. Maybe I should join them in their chase, but I have no responsibility here. This isn't my fight. They did accompany me in my search for Mayu, so I'd like to do something for them in exchange. But things seem in disarray right now, and I prefer not to get caught up in their mess. I'll resume the search for Mayu on my own. Solo acts have always suited me best, after all. Oh, I miss you so, more than you can know. Tell me where, oh where did you go? Mayu? That was Mayu's voice, I'm certain of it. Mayu! Where are you, Mayu? Answer me, please! Mayu! Mayu! Look, there's a walkway to another building. Let's go, okay? Nana is probably over there somewhere. My name is Nari Amatoya. I'm a 7th grader in Musashi Gawa Girls Middle School, class 1-6. Nana is a friend I've had since I was a little girl. Her real name is Nana Ogasawara. She'd been with me up until just recently when we'd randomly gotten ourselves separated in the halls. I did still have another companion with me, but well, she wasn't really someone I could count on, like, at all. Wait, Nari, my feet are tired. That's how it always was with her. I lost count of how many things she'd found to whine about in this place. This was Chihaya Yamase, a fellow member of the drama club. Never satisfied, but never willing to do anything about it. Drama fit her to a T. If Nana were with us, I'm pretty sure she'd give in to Chihaya's whining and insist that we take a break. But I'm not Nana, and I won't be guilted so easily. Then have a seat. I'll go on without you. No. But you're too tired to walk, aren't you? I can walk. It really was just like leading a child around. She was as spoiled as can be. I truly felt it wasn't possible for any human being to be more spoiled than Chihaya. But it's not like I could really leave her behind, you know. She'd be dead in no time flat, as hopeless as she was. Eep, the hell? That's dangerous, you know. The ground is slippery here. You can't just jump onto me like that. But the thunder. You know, thunder isn't exactly a rare and mysterious danger or anything. It's certainly nothing to get worked up about. Do you jump and grab onto people's shoulders when it thunders at home or at school, too? Uh-huh. If Nana's around, it's usually her. So I'm supposed to be her proxy, then? Nari, are you mad? Not especially. Let's just go, okay? I'm sure you'd rather grab onto the real Nana rather than settling for a poor substitute like me, right? Uh-huh. Seriously, you're just going to agree with that? This building seems a lot more run down than the other one. My head kinda hurts. I'll give you that one. I guess this is what they mean when they say the air feels heavy. We shouldn't stay in here any longer than we have to. I wonder if Nana's really in here. Well, all we can do is look for her. I'm sure she's doing the same right now. So we're bound to run into each other sooner or later. How soon do you think? Maybe Nana is already... Again with that crap? Just stop, okay? But... Don't cry, damn it. I'm scared too, you know. I told myself I was going to find Nana in this second building. Come hell or high water, failure was not an option. Alright, we're heading to the staff room. Whoops. It probably just says something about a hole in the ground. Within the hole, there's simply nothing visible at all. It's like a void down there. There's no way to estimate depth. You'd have to be a track star to make it to the other side safely, and even then, it would be risky. Chihaya certainly couldn't pull it off. So, that's not going to happen. Okay. I guess go to either staircase from what this says. Let's see, hallway, 1 west, 2 north of the art room. Pick up a battery pack. The dull, gloomy corridor suddenly lit up brightly for just a moment. Was it lightning? But we weren't near any windows, and there was no thunder. There, glistening in the dim light, sat what appeared to be a component from some electronic device. In contrast with everything else in this school, it seemed like a fairly recent item, a decade old at most, but likely much newer. What do you suppose this is? I'm not really sure, but it kind of looks like a battery, maybe. Maybe somebody brought a beefed up phone or a game system in here. Might as well take it with us, I figured. Though if I gave it to Chihaya for safekeeping, it would no doubt wind up on the ground again somewhere, so I decided to just pocket the thing. We're going back to the hole. On the other side of the hole, there was now a man collapsed on the ground. I couldn't see any obvious wounds on him, but he wasn't moving at all. It was hard to ascertain details in this dim light, but he seemed a bit too big to be a middle schooler or a high schooler, and he wasn't wearing a uniform. Who is that? Seems a bit too old to be a student. Is he dead? I don't know. Are you alright? Are you injured, maybe? Still no response. Maybe we should chuck something over there, or maybe that would be a bad idea. Nari, look. This was lying on the floor over there. A camera. I wonder if it's his. It was a fairly expensive-looking DV camcorder, and a well-worn one at that, with dings and chips all over it. Nonetheless, it looked like it probably still worked. Ah! What is it this time? Mayu, where have you gotten yourself to? Mayu, I swear I heard your voice just a moment ago. You can't be far. You were singing about missing me. Are you okay? Have you been injured? Are you afraid? Are you lonely? Damn it, Taguchi, what the hell is keeping you? It's been well over an hour. I'm waiting here to exchange information with you, when I could be out searching. Damn it. God damn it. Why has it come to this? Ah, Mayu, I don't care about anyone else. I just want you to be safe. Just you and I'll be happy. What the hell are you looking at? In my agitated state, I kicked a pair of hallway slippers that was sitting on the ground nearby, and they flew right into the dead girl's face. What are you doing sitting in a place like that anyway? You're dead. You're not worthy of such an honored seat. You're an eyesore. What's that look? You think I'm strange? What gives you the right? You goddamn stiff? I grabbed her jaw and began shaking it around and was a bit startled by the sensation. It felt just like I was touching living flesh. Except this person was very, very cold. Cold as a statue. A statue covered in skin and muscle, but a statue nonetheless. What am I doing? Have I lost my mind? Why else would I be venting my anger at a dead body? I'm terribly sorry. I see now that your eyes have been sliced up. So you really weren't looking at anything, were you? What's wrong? Cat got your tongue? If I asked you this a few days ago, I've no doubt you'd been able to voice your objections and slap me right in the face. Miss Arisa Kada? Pity. Get it together, Sakutaro. If you keep this up, you'll never find Mayu. Besides, this poor girl is an unfortunate victim. She's done nothing wrong. Want to know a secret, Kaida? You're quite the looker right now, but you're just going to rot from here on out. Just rot and rot. You'll rot until your flesh gets all soft and mushy like soup. Your skin starts to stretch and sag, and your eyeballs spill out of your head like raw eggs. The smell you produce will be fouler than any toilet, and every part of you, your face, your mouth, your bowels, will become maggot chow. But before that happens, yes, let's preserve that beautiful form of yours, shall we? I flipped my cell phone back on and switched it to camera mode, centering the lens on the lovely Miss Kada. Her slashed and broken gaze was focused ahead of her at a downward-facing angle. Yet in contrast to these injuries, she wore a peaceful expression on her face, almost as if she were posing for me, just waiting for me to hit that shutter button. What a lovely visage. This will make a splendid picture. Superb. Have you ever heard of the French film called Un Chien Andalou? Andalou? You remind me of it so much right now. Might I take another? You may just be more charming now than you were when you were alive. Yes, I think you must be. I mean, just look at your face. The line formed by those stiffened cheekbones. I'm sorry, but it's just so erotic. And those cuts on your wrist. I tried poking her wound with my finger and heard a moist, squishy sound as my fingertip was swallowed up. She'd gone cold, but I guess there was still some blood left in her. Either that or decomposition was already well underway. I pushed farther in, digging my finger through the gaps between her muscles until it struck something smooth and hard. I've struck bone. This viscous chill belies the steadfast strength of the marrow within. It's almost sensual. As I drew my face into her forehead, a few particles of perfume scented the foul odor of sweat and sebum that had heretofore been assaulting my nostrils. Sealed in a place like this, unable even to wash your hair. But you still found the time and energy to groom. How delightful. And yet the smell of death and blood suits you so much better. So much better. What the hell have I been doing? Why have I been taking pictures of corpses? I suppose they do say stress is the real killer in situations like this. So anything I can do to relieve my built-up stress isn't so bad. Yes, it's all just happenstance? That It's not a word. Stop it. There happened to be corpses in here, so I... Come to think of it, Taguchi was taking footage of the corpses in here as well, and he said he was doing it so he could file a police report. 1 hour has long since come and gone. Perhaps it's time I search for him as well. It's entirely possible that he's met with Mayu and is accompanying her. After all, in which case, standing around here will accomplish nothing. Amidst the darkness of the corridors, I spy human figures, living ones this time. 2 of them, both female and both much younger than I. I approach them without making a noise or saying a single word to announce myself. What is it this time? Junior high, I guess. Maybe 12 to 13 years old. One was clearly more fear-prone than the other, as she wrapped herself around her companion's arm and was actively trying to hide behind her. She was looking in my general direction, but with the lighting as dim as it was, I had no idea whether or not she could see me. And while finding survivors in this land of the dead was a rare occurrence indeed, my focus was squarely on the man sprawled out farther down the hall. He was unconscious, possibly worse, and an uncrossable gap separated us, but I definitely recognized him. It was Taguchi. Is Mr. Taguchi dead? I was concerned about him. Did I really feel for him? Honestly, no. I felt nothing whatsoever at that moment. I was simply asking because I was curious. I'm normally calm and stoic, sure, but this seemed cold even by my standards. Did I really not care one way or another if he were dead? Hey, you know that guy? Not really. But you just said a name, didn't you? Here, I think this belongs to him. Give it a look. The girl handed me a beat-up DV camera. No doubt about it, this was the same one Taguchi had been looking into when I met him earlier. I took it without a word and immediately tried to turn it on, but to no avail. It had no power. Battery's dead. Doesn't seem like it'll be much use anymore. I think we found its battery pack on the ground, too. Here, try it out. Okay. The hell is his problem? Okay, he says? What kind of social reject accepts a stranger's kindness like that? Not that I need thanks or anything, but still. Nari. Don't worry, he's not even listening. I placed the battery pack in the DV camera and immediately saw the red power light pop on. Still fully functional by all appearances. Now I can check over the footage he's collected. So, what are you two doing here? Huh? Well, we're looking for our friends Nana Ogasawara and Hikari Kirigami, fellow students from Musashigawa Junior High, and some others from the senior high. My name is Nari Amatoya, and this is Chihaya Yamase. I see, middle schoolers then. Haha, the littler of you two reminds me of Mochiya's sister. Huh? I have no idea what you're talking about. You're a senior high student, right? I'm looking for someone too. Her name is Mayu Suzumoto. Have either of you seen her? You know, it's proper manners to introduce yourself before you start asking questions. Oh, I'm terribly sorry. I'm Sakutaro Morishige. I'm in 11th grade at Kisaragi Academy High School. Back to my question then. Have either of you seen Mayu? I have a picture of her here. I flipped open Mayu's student ID to its photo page, almost as if I were a sheriff flashing my badge. But the response from these two were not encouraging. They exchanged a quick glance at one another, then shook their heads. I didn't think either of us had seen her, no. I see, that's alright. There may be some clue as to her whereabouts in this camera. I rewound the tape a bit and put the camera in playback mode. Immediately, horrifying imagery began displaying on the device's tiny LCD screen. Audio was irrelevant. It seemed like the only sounds on the tape were those of Taguchi's ragged breathing and footsteps, and his occasional self-mutterings. 90% of the video footage then consisted of dead bodies, while the remaining 10% was mostly just a camera autofocusing in the dim light. Each body was shot from a variety of angles so their causes of death would be easily determined. Guess he really was planning on showing this to the police. The hell is this? It's nothing but dead bodies. Get it away, I don't want to see that. The two noisy girls were peeking in on the video's contents over my shoulder, and neither seemed quite how to react. Amazing. He really did a nice job with these. So many bodies I haven't seen yet. So many. They're like Chagall paintings. They're so beautiful. Still, his technique could be better. He does little to catch the viewer's eye. There's too much restraint, too much distance. If it were me... Nari? Okay. What's the matter? Why exactly are you laughing? Huh? Laughing? Am I laughing? Yes, you were smiling and laughing, like you were having a grand old time. Well, that's rather odd, isn't it? Nari, let's... Okay, I'm sorry, but we have to be going now. Going? Where exactly? Well, we were in the middle of searching for our friends. What's your rush? Maybe there's something I can do to help. That's quite all right. We'll handle on our own. Goodbye now. I think there must have been a misunderstanding. Maybe they thought I was some kind of pervert. Well, that's fine by me. It would be a pain in the ass to change their minds anyway. Besides, that was a rather fascinating reaction. I think I'll leave the camera here. It's Taguchi's eyes, after all. No one else could possibly feel what he felt from anything he caught on it. I want to keep taking in these surroundings with my own eyes, to keep feeling what this school has to offer in my own personal way. I want my own conclusion, or I suppose I just want to possess the dead. I want to make them mine. Wait, what am I thinking? I should be searching for Mayu right now. These photos are just for stress relief. If I lost myself to despair before finding Mayu, she could be gone forever, and I mustn't let that happen. Yes, this is all just one step in a long process of finding her, and I certainly can't be mixing up a single step with my end goal. But I want to see more. Taguchi is completely motionless. It's impossible to tell from here if he's dead, though, or simply unconscious. Another earthquake? After bracing myself for an indeterminate amount of time, the earthquake finally subsided. There's a candle shimmering here, along with a note. Whatever you do, don't look behind you. What happens if I do? Eek! Stay back! What's wrong? Where's Fukurori? Shut the hell up! I told you to stay back. You're in league with him, aren't you? You seem confused. What happened, Yamamoto? Don't touch me. There's blood on your hands. You really are. You really are. You're mistaken. This is from examining a dead body earlier. Just as I thought then. How can you be so cavalier about touching corpses? You're not right. There's no getting through to her in this state, it seems. I won't be fooled. I won't be taken in by your lies anymore. She's certainly in a mood. Living humans are so irredeemably noisy. People need to understand the value of silence. Yamamoto? Gone already, is she? I should find some place to collect myself. That's right, I can always go back there. I almost forgot about taping that production of The Barber of Seville. I have to make sure I get home in time. And here I was again. I pressed the button on my phone to shut off the second alarm I set. If this time display were accurate, then there was no chance of making it home in time to record the show from Mayu. I'll have to apologize to her later. I slid my finger naturally, almost automatically, from shutting off the alarm to opening my folder of saved photos. There was no sound in the room other than the tone of my button presses, and virtually no light other than that which shone from the LCD screen, or so it seemed anyway. Yet this was my rock. In this place I could truly relax. Here and here alone, I felt at peace. The air was filled with the overpowering aroma of blood and entrails. It would be enough to make most people vomit, but for me, it was a smell to savor. I'd even describe it as comforting. Perhaps it's because it reminded me that I was in her presence. She, who decorated the wall like a flower in full bloom. When I sat across from her, I felt more at ease than I could possibly convey in words. It was as if she'd always been here for me, as if she were waiting for me. And sure enough, whenever I felt weary or needed respite, the door to this infirmary would always be open for me, despite its tendency to the contrary. Each time it did, too, I would always be drawn in as if the room were swallowing me up, and my eyes would always happen upon this offering first. This girl upon the wall, slowly drying and slowly rotting, would always be there to greet me, and never once did I tire of the sight. I've sure taken a lot, so many photos of the dead. I'd begun talking to myself, or maybe I was talking to her. Within my phone's memory were stored some of man's most sensual, most voluptuous objects d'art, and she was the tip of the brush, the grim prelude. I'd amassed a whole other building's worth of beautiful sculptures to admire now, too. I was thrilled to bursting. This is the one. This was the sculpture known as Mitsuki Yamamoto in life, but in death, she was my property, one of my many pieces of found art. Those spirited eyes, now dulled and clammy, those lips that spoke such harsh words, now stained with blood, her abdomen shredded, her innards exposed. So alluring, so captivating was she now. Sometimes destroying that which is beautiful only serves to make it more beautiful. And truly, this was the proof. Still, it is a shame. It was a shame that I could only gaze upon these gorgeous works of art within these school grounds. Before returning home with Mayu, I'd need to erase every one of these photographs from my phone. It seemed like such a waste. The world in which I once dwelled was far too narrow-minded to accept these masterpieces. Whoops. But as long as I had Mayu with me, I could endure. And to that end, this folder was an obstacle, a detriment, a hurdle to be overcome before I could rejoin the world of the living. I needed to delete it, to put it all behind me. Well, I'm sure it'll be fine. If I do it after I get back. And that was Shangri-La. Damn Morishige. You're so damn fucked in the head. Chapter 5, clear. 6. Meyer. Chapter is now playable. Tetsuya, Kakihara, Tsubasa, Yanaga, Haruka, Tomatsu, Taira, Kikumoto. Soulful Testimonies unlocked in the bonus menu. Yay. And of course I'm going to save. And being as close to the hour mark as I am, that pretty much ends part 8. Yay, I'm finally done with chapter 5. Morishige. You are so fucked in the head. Good God. I don't know who's worse, you or Kazami. Anyway, so that's it for part 8. Hope you guys are enjoying the Let's Play so far, and hope that you'll actually look forward to seeing me play through the rest of it. So like and subscribe if you want, and I'll see you next time in Corpse Party Book of Shadows. Peace out.